Ego is the enemy. We have heard many success stories of successful people. 99% of those successful people don't have an ego. Yes, it is true. This is the perfect example that why everyone is not successful. Many people think that they don't have an ego, but they think that is a self-respect. But everyone should know the difference between self-respect and ego. Ego could be the reason behind our failure. We should be very careful about ego. In every stage of our life, we will become more successful without ego. Ego is one kind of feeling which generates in every person. There will be a saturation point for everything. In the same manner, ego should have the saturation point. If our ego crosses the saturation point, the consequences would be out of our hands in any situation. Ego could be the main reason for our downfall in the job, relationship, businesses, etc. We should consider our ego as our enemy, and maintaining a long distance from that will definitely give a positive result. Today, we are going to discuss how this ego could affect our life and how to overcome those. Talk to ourselves. Talk depletes us. Talking and doing fight for the same resources. Research shows that while goals visualization is important, after a certain point our mind begins to confuse it with actual progress. The same goes for verbalization. Even talking aloud to ourselves while we work through difficult problems has been shown to significantly decrease insight and breakthroughs. After spending so much time thinking, explaining and talking about a task, we start to feel that we have gotten closer to achieving it. Danger of being pride. Pride blunts the very instrument we need to own in order to succeed our mind. Our ability to learn, to adopt, to be flexible, to build relationships, all of this is dulled by pride only. Most dangerously, this tends to happen either early in our life or in the process. Only later do you realize that the bump on the head was the least of what was risked. Pride and ego says that I'm a writer because I published something. I'm rich because I made some money. I'm special because I was chosen. I'm important because I think I should be. When you feel pride, just ask these kind of questions. What I am missing right now that a more humble person might see? What I am avoiding or running from with my bluster, franticness and embellishments? It is far better to ask and answer these questions now with the stacks still low than it will be later. At work. Whatever the work you are doing, we should be aware of maintaining distance from ego. In any kind of work, there will be involvement of different kind of people with different attitudes. So we should be very careful in hiding our ego in ourselves, and even we should forget about it. We should have habituated to cultivating good vibes around us, especially in our workplace. For example, if anyone raises a good idea regarding our project, there will be definitely rise of ego from another person. That other person will definitely don't want to support that good idea in order to show his or her ego. But one thing the other person was missing was that three-letter word ego, spoiling the whole project, losing the better opportunity which will definitely help everyone in growing in their career. That simple ego will close one person's senses, which helps to see the reality. What is important to you? Most of us began with a clear idea of what we want in life, right? We know what is important to us. The success we achieve, especially if it comes early or in abundance, puts us in an unusual place because now all of a sudden we are in a new place and have trouble keeping our bearings. The further you travel down the path of accomplishment, whatever it may be, the more often you meet other successful people, you make you feel insignificant. It doesn't matter how well you're doing, your ego and other accomplishments make you feel like nothing. Let's be clear. Competitiveness is an important force in life. It's what drives the market and is behind some of mankind's most impressive accomplishments. On an individual level, however, it's absolutely critical that you know who you are competing with and why. That you have a clear sense of the space you're in. Meditate on the immensity. When we lack a connection to anything larger or bigger than us, it's like a piece of our soul is gone. Like we have detached ourselves from the traditions we held from, whatever that happens to be. Ego blocks us from the beauty and history in the world. It stands in that way. By removing the ego even temporarily, we can access what is left standing in relief. By widening our perspective, more comes into our view. Feel unprotected against the elements or forces or surroundings. Remind yourself how pointless it is to race and fight and try to one-up those around us. Go and put yourself in touch with the infinite and end your conscious separation from the world. Reconcile yourself a bit better with the realities of your life. Realize how much came before you and how only bits of it remain. Let the feeling carry you as long as you can. Then when you start to feel better or bigger than, go and do it again. Simple. Draw the line. People make mistakes all the time. They start companies that they think they can manage. The problem is that when we get our identity tied up in our work, we worry that any kind of failure will then say something bad about us as a person. It's a fear of taking responsibility, of admitting that we might have messed up. And so we throw money and good life after bad and end up making everything so much worse. Ego asks, why is this happening to me? How do I save this and prove to everyone I'm as great as they think? It's the animal fear of even the slightest sign of weakness. At any given time in the circle of life, we may be aspiring, succeeding or failing. Though right now we are failing. With wisdom, we understand that these positions are transitory, not statements about your value as a human being. When success begins to slip from your fingers, for whatever reason, the response isn't to grip and claw so hard that you shatter it to pieces. It's to understand that you must work yourself back to aspirational phase. You must get back to first principles and best practices. Comfort. Everyone wants to have a comfort zone. This is the main reason of anyone's ego. Ego will advise us unknowingly in order to get comfortable in any situation, or it will influence us to pull the comfort from others. These kind of horrible things will make our ego satisfied. But this is very dangerous, and even it goes to any extent like life and death situations. So before thinking about comfort, we should be more conscious about our circumstances, people around us, financial status, etc. Knowing these kind of things will protect the situation from going worse. Self-centered ambition. In many cases, most people want to stand like center of attraction. At the stage of childhood, children want to stand first in any kind of competition. There should be competition in studies, sports, etc. Self-motivation, game spirit, sportiveness should be there in competition, then definitely we will succeed. But there should be no place for ego in any competition which leads to failure. Some people don't want to lose the competition which is said to be the sportiveness. But some people don't want others to win the competition. This is because of ego. This kind of people always wants to stand center of attraction among all. But this kind of attitude with different ego will definitely lead to their defeat. Live small. As human beings, we might have big thoughts and big dreams. We might have a great background, good financial status, but we should learn to act and live small, which helps to accomplish that what we seek. This is why education is necessary to each and everyone. Education will teach everyone equally how to respect, how to respond, how to be part of society. Always love. You know what is better response to an attack or a slight or something you don't like? Love. That's right, love. For the neighbor who won't turn down the music, for the parent that let you down, for the bureaucrat who lost your paperwork, for the group that rejects you, for the critic who attacks you. Because as the song lyrics goes, hate will get you every time. Okay, maybe love is too much to ask for whatever it is that you had done to you. You could at the very least try to let it go. You could try to shake your head and laugh about it. Meanwhile, love is right there, egoless, open, positive, vulnerable, peaceful and productive. Last but not least, ego involves greedy, selfish, foolish, irresponsible and so many things. We should remove these kind of things from our life in order to lead a happy and fruitful life.